Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm here at Crypto Nation. Hey, if you're new here, it's totally free to subscribe and hit the like button for post notifications to get more videos like this. And just want to say thanks to all my recently new subscribers to the channel. Um, yeah, I did an update earlier, way earlier this morning on Sora. I was kind of busy today. I did working this part-time gig I'm doing. But anyways, yeah, I just want to do an update. Let's see where Bitcoin is. We got Bitcoin at 97,000, 220. Bitcoin is okay. It's back over. Look like now. Okay, it looked like it pulled back. Okay, it was over 97,000. Okay, it's back over under 97,000. Now it's at 96,987. Uh, ETH is over 1,800. XRP 212. Excuse me, 211. Solana's at 147, trading sideways for the last few days, and Ethereum has been trading sideways along with Bitcoin. Okay, we got the fear and greed at 53, altcoin index 29, the CMC 100 at 182, and we got the market cap at 2.9 trillion for the total cryptocurrency market. But anyways, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button for post notifications. So let's do an update. So I was going to talk about what happened or what's going on with Zen Crypto. This has been a video I've been wanting to make for the last week. I just haven't got to it. I've just been so focused on Sora, on XR. It's like Zen Crypto hasn't ever really been in my radar, but I just wanted to do this update. Like what happened? Like it, ever since several months ago. Now, fact, granted, we did have a few flash crashes. We did have that. Granted, where the whole cryptocurrency market, had went down. But when you look at Zen Crypto, um, it. I remember like months back when it was at 6 zeros and then they pulled back to 7 zeros. We was like at what 7 zeros 9, and then we just slowly kept going down from there. We just kept going down from there. You look at the 1 month, we're down 27% for the 1 month, which is not bad. I seen cryptos down way more than this in the 1 month. But you look at that 1 year, it still is down 84% in the 1 year. Obviously, the all-time chart is down 100% in the all-time chart from originally when it came out back in 2022. It was um it was at 75, excuse me, 75 cents when it first came out. Now this is a crypto that's interesting. Like I covered this coin over the last like 6 months. I think I first started covering this coin 6 7 months ago, a while back. And I remember many months back, it did a pretty good pump. It did, before it pulled all the way back and kind of dipped. But we haven't seen any real action with Zen in a good while now. It's been months. I can't remember us even getting any like green days. It's certainly not on the top 1,000 crypto list anymore. Now it's market cap is at 9.2 million. Um, Let me see here. Yeah, 9.2 million market cap. Um, Negative 41% volume. Look like there's really no volume going in. Now it's 189 trillion Zen. Now we know that Zen is still being minted. Um, yeah, they're still minting it, which means people can literally still get it for free. But I thought by now, as time go on, it's supposed to get harder to mint. But somebody made a comment to me before, hey, I would never buy a crypto where people can just mint for free, which makes sense. Me, I didn't mint. I just bought with the gas fee. I swapped from Ethereum with the gas fees, and Zen is on 13 different chains. Now, the question you may ask me, Crypto Nation, do you still believe in Zen? Yeah, I still believe in Zen. But the problem is that you look at the all-time chart, man. The all-time chart obviously looks horrible from 2022 when it first came out. I think they said when it first came out, coin market cap only shows 52 cents. Excuse me, 2052. But I heard it was actually 75 cents. You look at that all-time chart, it looks like a rug pull, but it's even though it's not a rug pull, but that's what it looks like when you look at that all-time chart. Came all the way down to what 7 zeros. Let me see here. Yeah, and it's back to a new all-time low at about 7 zeros. 48. Now this is what they claim on Jack Levin, the website, the Zen Crypto uh, .io website. they're using the original. Allegedly, it's the original fundamentals of Bitcoin. You own your own keys. 100% decentralized. Nobody control it. No venture capital. No VCs backed it. It's 100% decentralized, kind of like what Casper did. But the problem is over the last, several months, no action, no really just, action, just slowly coming down. And now it's just a lot of FUD in the community now. Now I'll just say this is all on Jack Levin because he's the one that came out with this. I still kind of believe in it. The whole thing with X1, how this is going to correlate with X1. I think once the news broke out that X1 is not coming out anytime soon. They said it got postponed another 3 to 5 months, a couple of weeks back. That kind of, I think at that point, that kind of probably left a sour taste in a lot of investors' mouth. And a lot of people just went ahead and just got out to play. Like, what the hell with this? You know what I mean? And I'm going to tell you, I like to be transparent with my audience. I like to be transparent. But, I still got Zen on my radar. But like I said, for me to be transparent, I'm not in Zen anymore. I got out. I put whatever I had left in Zen. I wasn't down that much. I actually bought a dip the other week. I bought a dip last week. I was like, you know what? I'm putting that in Sora. I like what Sora is doing. They actually have a big game plan, and their utility is already being used. You know what I mean? Everything I've been covering with Sora, so I'm not in Zen anymore. Just to be transparent, uh, I'm probably want to be one of the most transparent crypto content creators out there. So yeah, I'm no longer in the play. But like I said, I'll still cover it from time to time. I still got it on my radar. Let's see what happens with X1. Like I said, they're still minting this, uh, which means people can still get it for free. And I think I don't know what's going on with Jack Levin. A lot of people's calling him a scammer now with this. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna watch my words. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna still give him benefit of the doubt because at the end of the day, X1 is still exists. We know that it exists. The white paper is out. So X1 do exist. They got over 300 validators for X1. You go to their X. I think by now it's been a while since I checked. I think they got at least between 315, 320 validators set up. So we know X1 exists. The white paper is out. The white paper came out what was it, a couple of months ago? So yeah, so like I said, we just gotta sit back and I'm just gonna sit back and wait to see what happens with X1 because I still believe that Zen Crypto can do I still believe this can do a 500 to 1,000x. It's just one of those plays where um, this is going to be something that is going to be a long drawn out until like through 2026. But yeah, but then again, crypto is one of those things. Sometimes coins it just explode out of nowhere. When you least expect it. But anyway, Zen Crypto. I definitely, even though I'm not in the play no more, I definitely still got it on my radar. Um, but yeah, sometimes, like I said, I say this all the time: never marry a crypto, never just buy and hold a crypto and hold it blindly and just follow what other people say or blah blah blah. But like I said, I'll still cover it from time to time, and because I just got to see what's going on with Jack Levin, what's going on with X1, because I think X1 was supposed to come out in. Some people said they thought it was going to come out in 2024, but even me, man, I was really hoping for the X1 launch by April. I really thought it was going to come out by late April, but they got postponed. So a lot of people in the community saying, okay, how many times she's going to keep postponing X1? Now they're saying, okay, is it really going to come out? How long is he going to postpone this? Like I said, that left a lot of sour in people's mouths, and I think a lot of people just leaving the play. But like I said, I'm not going to sit here and call Jack Levin a scammer or nothing like that. But I'm gonna still give him benefit of the doubt. With X1. As far as Zen Crypto, you look at that all time chart. Obviously, that looks horrible. But look at the all time chart for Sora. Sorry, that looks even way horrible. That coin was like what, over $900 a coin, went all the way down to 15 zeros. So yeah, anything, it's crypto. Things can turn around, and we see what's going on with Sora now. That they turning everything around. They're actually doing a network upgrade to V3. So yeah, when you look at the all time chart, like I said, we seen worse. It looks bad, but we seen worse. Look at Sora. Sora's probably has the worst all time chart from like what $900 a coin all the way down to 15 zeros. But now look, fast forward, we're making money with Sora. Everybody who bought at the bottom, we're all still up like 1,200%. Even though people who didn't sell, at when we hit 13 zeros. You know, even everybody who didn't sell the other day when we got that pump the other day, a lot of us were still up over 11, 1200% from over a month ago. But anyway, so you look at Zen crypto. If you ask me personally, I'm not worried about the all-time chart. It happens in crypto. I'm not worried about the all-time chart. When I see that, that's an opportunity. But I'm just gonna wait to see where the bottom is gonna go. I don't know. Maybe this can possibly go to eight zeros. This could possibly go to eight zeros. Let's see. I'm assuming by the time Jack Levin does decide to release X1, Zen crypto will be at eight zeros, and maybe it's just gonna go parabolic from there. But we gotta see. Like I said, none of this is financial advice. I'm just basing my opinions. But yeah, a lot of people is disappointed. What's going on with X1. But like I said, at the end of the day, Zen is still being minted. But I still do, like I said, I still do like the technology, what he did with it. It's like a kind of like a second coming of Bitcoin. The fact that it's 100% decentralized, no VC. It wasn't pre-mined when it came out. No venture capital, nothing like that. And it pretty much it's your crypto. You own your own keys. But I like that part of it of Zen crypto. Excuse me, of Zen crypto. I like that part of it. But and it uses what's called proof of work. Yeah, proof of work, kind of like Bitcoin. But other than that, everybody wanted to know how would X1 will correlate with this. But anyways, I want to get you guys' opinions, what you guys think of what's going on with Zen crypto. Jack Levitt, he won't release the rabbit out the hat yet. But like I said, I'm still going to give him a benefit of the doubt. But like I said, to be transparent with you guys, I'm no longer in the play. I rolled that over into Sora. But yeah, guys, um, because at the end of the day, we're all CEOs of our own crypto portfolios. If you know what I mean, we're all CEOs of our own portfolio. But anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap it up right here. They show like a little chart. They show like Pulse X. They showed Hex, Titan X. They were all in the green. They show how they were all in the green, but Zen was in the red. See, look at that. But anyways, like I said, I'm still going to give a benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to call Zen crypto or X1 a scam. I'm not going to say that. Like I said, this can get turned down at any given time. Look what happened with Sora. The majority of people was calling Sora a rug puller scam, but look where we're at now. We know for sure that it's not a rug puller or scam. Sora's a real project. They have their own debit card, own wallet. They're going to be doing CBDCs, cross-border remittance. They're doing all their RWA. But anyways, yeah, and they're come to find out they're DeFi. They're going to be doing what other projects is not doing for us, the 100% decentralized CBDCs. But anyways, you guys got me talking about Sora. This is about Zen. But I was just, talking about Sora, just show Sora as an example how projects could be, things could get turned around at any given time because, it's cryptocurrency. Never count anything out until until it's over, it's over. You know what I mean? But anyways, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button for post notifications. By the way, my anybody like to join a private Patreon group, that's going to be in left, the bottom left for the Patreon, or my PayPal and Venmo. If you'd like to donate to the channel, our community over here on Patreon is growing. So yeah, I got back-to-back content over here, videos I've been covering over the last several months, and we got a 24/7 chat group over here on Patreon as well. So yeah, we're growing over here. Definitely come on over. The Patreon, don't miss out. $15 a month. Hey, we don't know how long that's going to happen. Okay. Did Bitcoin just shoot up to 98K? Oh snap. Okay, Bitcoin is back up to 98K. Okay, this is looking good. Oh wow, it looked like it was just at 98, and then it just hold on. I have to refresh my screen here. All right, nice. Bitcoin back up to 98, and we got ETH at 1831. So we could probably see a pump tonight. Let's see what happens. Maybe we'll see a nice pump tonight. But anyways, I'm going to get out of here. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, post notifications. Come get over to Patreon, come sign up, or come check me out over there. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go live later tonight. I gotta go run a couple of errands. I gotta get to the grocery store. I'll probably go live at 9 o'clock tonight, possibly. Yeah, I think that's when I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna go live probably around 9 because I just got some things to do between that time. But anyways, Thanks everybody for tuning in. Hope everybody enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Peace.